You know, they still getting in this car, but crazy, you know. But I was thinking about, oh, how do I post like a crazy, you know? My legs is like shaking. I've been paying attention to that, but I'm watching it. I'm watching it. I was putting stuff straight in my asshole. Like, what kind of shit is that? You breaking in my car to do all that? That's crazy. In front of the courthouse. It don't matter. That's crazy. Unreal. No problem. Hey, look, I'm doing this on purpose because the same thing been happening for years. But this is the crazy part, though. They've been getting in my car, getting in my houses, damn near my whole life. And I didn't even know it. They was stealing my money, stealing everything, stealing my, hey, doing the same thing to my dad. Clothes, yeah, clothes, my money, my clothes, my houses, my cars. Yeah, but I'm sitting here paying attention to it. Yeah, they know what they're doing. They, it's all a setup. They got me. Let me tell you, this is the play. I'm seeing it firsthand. I don't know all of the play, but I will say I know a little bit of it. That I'm caught up in some bull crap. Because first of all, I should have a lot of money, right? First of all, that's first of all. Not even just saying, oh, because of who I am, what I am, but it is because of who I am, what I am, and what I. But I wasn't able to do what I was supposed to do for it to actually come together and legally be right, right? But I did. Just say, even okay, just say, man, you get $100 million deal. You send it to your lawyers, and then your lawyers just vanish on you. What do? That's damn near the same thing like the president vanishing on you. It's the same exact thing. It ain't no way. It ain't no other way to put it. Yeah. Break it down. Okay. I'm gonna show you up. But it's so much. It's so much. But I can see the whole play. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I can see the whole play of everything. Well, not everything, because I ain't gonna sit up and say everything. But I see that it's been destroying me the whole way. And they was trying to make it seem like somebody was taking care of me my whole life. Like, ain't nobody been taking care of me. I've been taking care of my damn self, making sure I'm hustle, make sure I everything, everything. Whatever I got to do to make mine happen, that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? With helping a bunch of people with everything, with making sure my family all right. You can't help people. You can't make sure people are right once they manipulate their mind. Like, just like if it was me, like right now, they get, no, it ain't. I should have my house to go to. At my house where I lived my whole life. At my house where I built my whole life at my house. It wouldn't be nothing that would make me not go to my house. Simple. Yeah, exactly. They twisted me out the house. I should have went and did my paperwork correctly. But what they did was kept a lot of bunch of bull crap going on. So you really don't even never really even realize that time that went past and all the extra bull crap that you didn't probably it damn near go back to getting shot in the head. They got a program called um, what is the program called? It's like a victim fund. Like say if you have a crime victim fund, that's what it's called. Everybody gets it. Like people that get shot up or I didn't get this stuff. I ain't never got it. Never. Not once. Gotta been shot up, you know. But you gotta. They say, well, if you don't comply, or I don't know how much you can find out of who did some shot you up when you get shot in the head. But I did get away though too. But I didn't see him. I wasn't able to see him. I do know the structure of the body. That's what I do know. That's for sure. But so basically, what happened is I called Crime Victim Fund to get, hey, I got shot in the head, went through a situation, right? So I said, it's some bullshit in my asshole right now. These motherfuckers keep playing with me. I'm hot. I'm every day, homie, doing the same shit. I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. I've been hot a long time ago. They just insult the nigga, just playing like I'm just some type of bitch. Uh, Nah, if I knew who shot me back then, it probably wouldn't have been a good situation. But no, God kept me though. You know what I did? I went to the church. I went to the beach every day, man. I just thank God, man. I was just so happy to be alive. I ain't bull crapping. I was just so happy to be alive, man. Why y'all don't give me no likes and subscribes and stuff? Yeah, I was happy to be alive, man. But and I went to jail afterwards and had all kind of different cases. Undercut. Oh man, all kind of weird stuff happened. All kind of weirdo stuff. It's all kind of stuff going on. I feel like I'm in some type of tantra or something. Like they got they a category. You know, I probably should be in this category, but they put you in that category, and it is what it is. You got different people that just say they might got doubles, you know, triples and quadruples for people, right? You know, And then you got all the people that's creating problems just to keep a check going when you're going to get a check anyway. You don't need to create a bunch of problems. There's enough problems in the world anyway. It's a million problems in the world for you to create more. But that's just not that's just not reality. That's not reality. So that's a hard call as far as being able to kind of put that in perspective, because there's so many different ways a situation can go. You know, that's a trip because this girl, she worked at the courthouse, but this girl, it's another girl. She works at the pharmacy that look just like her where I go, right? And then it's another girl at the yeah, man, I cut my phone on, man. I fell asleep on an accident, man. You know, I fell asleep on the accident. They got everybody in there. Oh, gee, nah, I remember, man. Blevins, Bells, Bonds was right down the street here, man. I used to be there all the time. You remember at Latin Bells, Bondsman belling me out, robbing. I'm gonna go and try and wash my ass, literally, because they doing it because they want me to be embarrassed and all kind of weird ass shit. I want a lawsuit. I want $100 million lawsuit. I want $1 billion lawsuit for neglecting me, from me telling you my people's playing games with me and you're not doing nothing. Yeah, I want $100 million lawsuit. That's fair. And then I gotta go play games here at the 24-hour fitness. You know, the only way I don't have to play games that I gotta go an hour away, and I'm still get games played with me there, possibly. Emmanuel, did I ask you for something, Emmanuel? Emmanuel, what are you talking about? I wish we could come on live and stuff. I wish we could do it because I'll be letting y'all on live all the time. Because I would love to hear y'all's comments. I would love to know what's going on and what y'all talking about. Oh man. Yeah, Natalie. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. What is you talking about, Emmanuel? What are you talking about, buddy? Talk to me. Emmanuel. Hey, that's one of my most favorite songs in the world, though. Emmanuel. Not good. I'm at the San Diego courthouse. I've been here for 2 weeks, parked on this side of the courthouse because of the other side. I parked there for a couple of days. That was where my office was. They breaking my car over there, right in front of the office. Like it ain't no problem. I can park right there in front of they. They're breaking this car every day with no problem. Not one. They'll get in this car, no problems at all. Ain't even thinking about it. Okay. Well, let's sort them out together like this for a minute. We're going to work it out. Yeah, I've been feeling stuff all in my face, my eyes, man. But every day, homie, I could like put water all in my eyes and like try to just use my, man, I be having stuff all in my eyelids every day. How does that happen? Every day, I'm waking up, it's black and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why are these people doing this? Like, but I can feel it. Like, yeah, they try to get you. They know how to hit your sinuses, all that. They know how to do all that. They put stuff all in your ears, everything. They doing it on purpose. You know why they doing it on purpose? Because they know ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Can't nobody do nothing about it. Not even a church. Not one God sent person on earth is raising awareness about this. Not one. Not one person. I don't know not one person on earth that's like, hey man, why is this happening? Everything on the internet, all kind of bull crap on every social media. All you punk ass punks, black people too, busters, straight police, like really want to be the police, literally want to be telling you, no, no, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. And you telling me I ain't got one person to do that for me? It ain't not one person on earth on social media, on YouTube, that's like, this dude is going through some real shit. And ain't nobody saying nothing about it. But you got stuff like you sitting here just trying to force, you don't like this. Well, you're doing this to me because you don't like me. Then you're doing this to this person because you don't like him. You're doing this to this person because you don't like him. He don't have access to the to I don't have no access to no media that is actually being able to be seen somewhere, right? Not one, not one. You know how many times I've contacted all my local news for years about this happening? That's weird, ain't it? Do you know how long I contacted the news and newspapers and publishers? And do you see how they did that boy Big U? Did you see how they did that boy? And I don't even know what all that's about. But it's gonna help. It's gonna help to get to where we need to get to because it's a bunch of bull crap going on. Because you know what? I can't wait to see how these cameras with these, because they got cameras in everybody's cars right now. They probably, nah, I don't think the manufacturers making them with the camera in it that you don't know. But they probably, no, they make it with the camera in it. But people still know how to get into the camera. But if the manufacturer tell the FDCI, that's what I'm saying. I can feel that stuff in my body. Whatever it be, whatever they be doing, they keep doing it. Keep doing it. All of my eyes, I can feel my eyes. But look, you see, really, that creates where it stops your flow. That's why you see people, when you see people with them big giant, that's because somebody probably, most likely, besides real health issues. But other than that, you got to smile, mama. You got to smile. You can't just be mean like that. You got to smile. Are you going to smile? She don't want to smile. She looking mean too, huh? She was looking mean. Did you see her? I was telling her she got to smile, but she don't want to smile. Let's see. They try to set me up because they do all that for a reason. Why you don't smile? But they do that for a reason because then they'll go, I bet you she can get the police immediately on me. I bet you that. I bet you that was the whole intention. Oh, they got all kind of women set up. They'll set you up so quick. She don't want to talk. She don't want to talk. I already said why don't she smile and she look meaner. She don't want to talk. She don't want to talk. I can't do nothing with her. Go get her number. She don't want to talk. What are you talking about? Harass her for what? She ain't even. She's just a girl going to work. What am I harass her for? For what? I'm not trying to sit up and harass nobody. You heard it loud and clear on the camera. I asked her why she don't smile. She didn't say nothing. She don't want to talk. But I bet you she was planted there to not smile and me to ask her why isn't she smiling and she don't talk. And then what is the rebuttal most of the time when a woman doesn't talk to a man or if a man, little different stuff like that, you got to think about that. Most of the time be like people be like, "Oh, fuck you bitch," or "Oh, fuck I don't have time. I don't play all them games." Because it's already have learned and understood the plays and understanding of the ignorance that I see. Because normal people, don't act like that. Normal people, hey, how are you? Or they get out smiling, or I don't have no reason to. I'm having a bad day. I woke up with a bad day that I'm not happy about. But I don't have no reason. You see this lady right here? I don't have no reason to have a problem with her that she ain't did nothing to me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. More or less. It's a lady walking, but I didn't want to just put the camera on her. But that's what I'm saying. I don't, and that's not always easy to do. You know, I don't always want to talk to people. I don't want to talk to people. I don't like video cameras. I don't like all that stuff. I mean, I do though. I do like technology. I do like cameras. I like technology too, though. I do. God bless you too. Yeah, I had to get up, man. I pray every day, man. When I get up first thing, I pray. First thing I do before I go to sleep, I pray. That has not ever in my life ever stopped the ignorance of evil. Never. I don't know why. So you can only imagine people that didn't pray that probably had a lot of ignorance. That's right. That's right, Natalie. Tell them. That's right. Hey, when you guys going to the Instagram, the VS1 collection? Or do you guys go to Rap Wars on Facebook. Yeah, they be putting stuff all in my ear. I don't know why. I mean, well, I know why. Because when they don't do it, it feels a lot better. V S1. You know what it is. You know my wife's name, so you for sure know my business name. No, you put hey you put my wife's name on here. I was like my ex-wife's name. You put my ex-wife's name on here. I was like, wow, that was crazy. Yeah. So I'll be trying to put you know, hot. I got the heater on, and I can tell the difference in my breathing when somebody do something to my eyes, my ears, and all that stuff. I can tell the difference even when I'm asleep and looking. Uh, but it got a lot to do with your digestive system and everything. It's a lot of problems that people create that you may not have a lot of medical problems. You know, people like somebody breaking in my car, I can alleviate my medical problems. That's simple. Cancer, basically, uh, uh, colon cancer alleviated from people like me that's going through whatever I'm going through, trying to get some rest in the car or whatever. Colon cancer alleviated. Blindness alleviated. Glasses alleviated. All this happening to my ear, it wouldn't be happening. You know, all this stuff, it wouldn't be happening. Me being able to have my just use the bathroom like normal, it wouldn't be happening. You playing games with me now. You've been doing it, but now you just doing it to a magnitude that ain't even, you know, it wasn't cool when you first did it, or when I first started to realize it was happening. Basically, man, I think I done felt my heart stop and all kind of stuff a few times just from being able to burp, stuff like that. But they know how to put stuff in your food. They know how to put stuff in your body, all that. They was doing it the whole time. I never even knew it. Yeah, they putting stuff all on my skin. It's weird. Wish I had a cell phone holder where I could drive and it wouldn't fall. Yeah, I ain't ate in 2 days, man. They keep putting shit all in my ass. So, man, it got me all, man. I've been eating potato chips just trying to make sure I put something to coat my stomach because I can feel stuff all in my ears and eyes and all kind of stuff. Then you got to watch the food when you go somewhere. They got it all mapped out to kill me though, for sure. But you know what? I don't know if I can go in there though. It's too early. They know what they doing. I would have been winning the courthouse. I'm waking up. I mean, you putting shit all in my asshole. Why? Why are you doing some shit like that? Fuck you. Your mama, your whole family, whoever doing it. Fuck your mama, your whole family, whoever doing this. Whoever is doing this. I didn't ask you to play games with me. I wasn't looking for no lawsuits or nothing. I wasn't looking for no money or nothing. I was cool with my own life, living my life, not bothering nobody, not playing games with nobody's families, none of that. None of it. Bottom line. And that's the real. I I need to talk to my cousin Misha Piernos and Andre Piernos because something just weird. There's some weird stuff going on. These people, but there's some weird stuff going on. Oh, the big U thing though. I had a well, no, let me quit saying that too, because my cousin or a person that this is my cousin, and then you was raised with knowing or thinking that's your cousin, but then you figure out through trial and error and situations that that ain't your cousin, right? But and it can happen with your real cousin, right? But one time I had a little my folks. His name is James Ford, my cousin. Like but it's really my cousin's cousin. It's my cousin's dad's brother's kids, but it's his my cousin's dad, my cousin's dad's brother stepchild. Now that makes sense, but his child with the mother of the stepchild, which is the older brother, one of them is it's two brothers, two older brothers, James Ford, and I don't know. It's crazy because he a comedian. Uh, wow, I forgot his brother's name. His older brother. It's not coming to me right now. But basically, they went to. They was. He used to be in a singing group with Yo Yo back in L.A. at Washington High, right? So basically, but my cousin's uncle, which is his dad's brother, is a Los Angeles police. He a police like a head honcho. Good people. He good people. And but the kids aren't really his kids, but the youngest kid is his. You see what I'm saying? And I've been noticing some stuff. I had tripped when I was around him, but I noticed that those those aren't his kids, right? But those are his kids. They've been raised around his kids, because those are his older. I mean, that's the wife's or his baby's mama's children, right? Which is the two older children. So basically, all for years, even when I would go to LA, when I lived in LA, all that, you know, like he would come pick me up, kick it. He'd let me drive his car. I was only like 15. He'd throw me the keys, all that, right? You know, when I was a youngster, he was like about 18, 19 at this time. He's a little older than me. But him and my cousin hung out pretty close because my cousin, they like the same age pretty much. But so he always did his thing or whatever, right? So When I think about it, when I think about it, he had he had went through a situation. I don't know. I would go back and forth to LA, right? So when I would go back and forth to LA, he'd call me, "Hey man, I ain't got no money. I'll take him to go eat, chill, whatever. Pick his kids up, take him to school for him. His daughter. You know, all that. I do all that for him, right? So so basically, what happens is he sings, he raps, stuff like that. He's creative. He do his little thing, right? But I don't know what had happened. For years he didn't have a car, nothing, right? I would always, but when I would go to LA, I always go pick him up, take him with me, go eat, kick it, whatever. He called me. I go to his job with him and his mom, everything, right? Because him and his mom worked at USC, right? So they worked there in the dentist department, which is crazy. Because I had been noticing my little cousin, his little brother, which is really my cousin, his teeth. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's crazy. I've been paying attention to it because I had went up there and hung out with him some way back, some years back. But now that's weird, right? But okay, I don't know. I don't know. One time, we always had a good relationship, right? The whole time. Like, like I said, when I was a kid, a youngster, he'd give me his car, let me drive it, everything. Like, no big deal. You know what I mean? Like ever since I was old enough to drive and go back and forth to LA, he ain't really been on like that or had money. You know what I mean? So I always would look out for him. Like we go to eat or whatever, we go to M&M's or whatever. We go kick it or whatever, Goldberg or whatever. You know, I'll pay for everything and all that. I always like. I'm serious. Like I would. Hey man, can you take me to go pick my daughter to take her to school? No problem. I'll be like, man, what's going on, man? What's going on? He'd be like, oh, child support, man, child support. That's all he would always say to me, right? He was saying child support had him in a bad situation, all this, right? So, I mean, okay, whatever. I still, if he need me to take him to work or whatever, and I'm not even from LA. I mean, I'll be in LA, but so when I be in LA, but I would always go by there, go by the house or whatever, go check on him, or he'd come to my hotel or whatever, you know what I mean? Sometimes he even come to my hotel and spend a night. I did. That was my real phone. That was my real phone. I didn't even realize that. So always look out for him. If he asks me he needs some money or something, if he need me to throw him something, I always look out for him for years, right? For years. So end up one time I went up there, I was up there and I was a youngster. I was probably like about 19, right? 20, right? And I go to his house one time and I go up in his house and I had a, a bag of money with me, right? And he had some of his friends, like it was about four or five of his buddies sitting at the table, right? But I didn't open the money or nothing like that or nothing. I really was just coming over to holler at him, and we was going to get some food and go eat and do this and that and that, right? So I end up. He tells me, "Hey, you you can put the money in my room. You can put that in the room." That's what he say. He don't say put the money in the room. So I go in his room and look in the room. So I walk out to my truck and go put my money back in the truck, right? And and then he come runs out to the truck and tells me, he says, what did he say? He gets in the car with me and he say, "Oh, well, let's just go get some food real quick." That's what he say. Let's go get some food. Let's go get some food real quick. All right, go get some food. Okay, well, let's go get some food real quick. We go get some food. By the time we go get some food, and by the time we go get some food, and we driving back to his house, he says he gets a call. He get a call, right? I remember I'm in my green truck. Matter of fact, I'm in my Suburban at the time. No, I don't think I was in my Suburban. Yeah, I think I was, but he gets a call from home. He says, "What? What happened? What? What? Like what's going on? What happened?" He says, "Man, somebody just broke in the house. Somebody broke in the house." I said, "Broke in the house?" Yeah, they stole my mom's jewelry. Now this house is nasty. Like I ain't never seen them with a clean house. Never, right? Always. That ain't right. But that's just how it was, right? I did see him with a clean house afterwards, after all that. But when I think about it, that's deep. Cause I seen that same house like that since I was a kid going there. But I was thinking about that like I said, wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. How does that work there? So he says somebody broke in the house. They took my mom's jewelry. They ramshacked the whole house. They went through the whole house, ramshacked the whole house. I'm like, what? Why they do? What the who? Mind you, he just we left, but he had like he told his buddies he was leaving, and he'd be back. It's like four or five of his buddies. They across the street from his house that all hang out like across the street, across the street, right? So he says they broke in the house and took all his mom's stuff. The same people across the street from his house. He don't say that, but that's what he. I'm like, what? I don't understand it. But I'm like, why would they do that? You know why they did it, right? because he thought that money was in this house in the room where he thought I put it. He was so sharp, he was already thinking. He was thinking. It's like 100 racks. You know what I mean? He's thinking. He's thinking. Oh man, he's thinking. But I'm not even really realizing none of it or thinking about none of it. But he says, put it in the room, and he don't even pay attention to that. I never even put it in the room. He said, man, where did you put that money? I said, I got the money. But look, but look, let me tell you though. The reason I'm telling you this, that happened years ago, right? Okay. But after that happened, that's when he started telling me, that's when I started seeing him like not really, on. I would take him like pick his daughter up, take her to school, stuff like that over the years. Later on, right? After that. He didn't have a car, nothing when I think about it. After that. But yeah, they was gonna help me look for it. Ain't that crazy? They was gonna help me look for it. I couldn't believe it. It hurt my heart, but I be forgetting about stuff, and I probably don't be like staying, the way that I should stay on stuff, and that probably is not good. It's probably not a good thing. It's probably not a good thing. Yep, it's crazy. Pretty crazy. So what happened was basically I really didn't realize he was a snake because I really didn't bite into it because it didn't make sense to me, right? It didn't make sense when it happened. So I asked him, I said, look what I asked him. I say, so what we gonna do? This is what happened. After he told me they broke in his house and all that, I said, well, what's happening? What we gonna do? You know what he told me? I don't trip on it. Don't even trip on it. Don't even worry about it. I'm like, huh? Don't trip on it. Don't worry about it. I said, don't trip on it. Don't worry about it. I said, okay. Don't trip on it. Don't worry about it. Wow. But I didn't lose that time, though. By the grace of God, I didn't lose the money. I would have. But look, why am I talking about all of this? Because you already know you know, he already was a fast dude, right? He'd be real fast, always. He was fast. But he's square, though. But he's not square, but he's square, but he's not square, but you know what I mean? But I always thought he was real hip when I was younger as a kid. I didn't really realize that he was a square. But it's his family. It don't even matter if he's square or not, right? But like, cause like I said, he used to be in the group with Yo Yo and Washington High, all that. You know what I mean? You know, like I say, my aunt, my cousin, dad. Yeah, what am I talking about? So look, what happened was one time he tells me he like Hey, I want you to meet somebody. I want you to meet Big U. This was back in 95, right? 95, 96, 95. He like, but when I think about it, I seen an interview that said Big U was locked up in 96. That was weird. I just seen an interview yesterday, but he didn't, he was like, I want you to meet my buddy Big U. And I'm like, he was like, he good people. You know what I mean? Good people. And but that had happened. I didn't want to meet nobody never again through him ever again in life. I never wanted to meet nobody. I didn't want to even talk to nobody around him ever again in life after that. Never. I never changed on him, but I wasn't doing that one. And he had a buddy named Mavoto. Mavuto was a singer too. He was with Yo Yo. Yo Yo, Mavuto, and James. You know, I think Ice Cube was there too. I don't know for sure. I think Ice Cube was in there in that group. I don't know for sure. Yo Yo, a straight chicken head. I would have had her put together already. She got on them on. Got on them on. She all right though. Don't play with me, Yo Yo. Yeah, Mavuto was like Mavuto. He was like African or something. You know, he was like African or something. But look, after that, years go by and everything. Like I said, I always looked out for him. Still, he's my cousin or whatever, right? Shoot, lay a whole house down. They'll for for that to happen like that. I can't see somebody. But I can know too. I can see somebody do. I done seen some people do. I done seen people that been with me my whole life change on me. So that I ain't never had a problem with ever in life. So I gotta look at that too. But what I was thinking about, he always was like he was like, man, he always would say Big U was good people. I didn't know if I wanted to tell the story because of the different situations that took that kind of took place. Is that crazy? So basically, you know, basically, man, yeah, they want me to do crack cocaine, all kinds. They want me to do crystal, anything. They want me to have destroy myself. That's all. Yeah, he probably stole my name or something. So basically, what had happened was I never met Big U. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I mean, I like gangsters. I hang out with gangsters and all that. I ain't got no problem with that. I mean, I don't have no problem with humans. Anybody that's human, I'm cool. I don't have no problem. But I will say, I was just looking at a video last night with Big U, and it was like he was talking to Shaq or today, and he was talking about 1996, and he was like, "Yeah, I was in prison, 1996." He was like, "Yeah, I was but I've been noticing too how they using people that I never told you I knew Big U. I ain't never met Big U a day in my life. What are you talking about?" It still said you just said you met Big U. I mean, you know Big U. Right. So the Big U Shaq thing, I seen that interview yesterday or today, this morning, and I was like, damn, that's a trip because I remember my folks was like, he was like, I think that was like 1996 or 95 when you know when that happened. As far as him saying, no, it had to be like maybe it was like a little. It was 96, man. I know it was. But look, another time though, I let him come to my room. Right, this was like maybe a month before or later when that happened. When that happened at the house, at his house. So when that happened, he ended up. I don't remember what else did when that happened. 1996. Let's see. Man, this phone is hot and mud. Let's see. Is that the cleaners? The cleaners. Look at that cup right there. Why would that cup be sitting right there? There we go. There we go. They want to tell me a story, but I'm not understanding why I'm being disrespected and played with. Why? What would make them play with me? It doesn't make sense. It's just not making sense, man. Hey, these white girls, they be walking past me laughing. Them Spanish girls, black girls, all of them, they be laughing. So I know there's some girls involved with some goofball moves. But I hope the big bosses get these slow goofballs playing all these games. Because that's all it is. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of goofballs playing games and stuff. Let me ask. Hey, man, what do you guys do? Like, they won't even talk to me. I was going to ask them what do they do, see if they can help me. Because they already know somebody getting in the car doing what they're doing. They know exactly. I mean, that wasn't disrespectful or nothing, right? That shouldn't have a problem with. I asked these brothers in the suits right here, those two guys, and they wouldn't even talk to me. Why do you think they won't talk to me? Because I was going to ask them what do they do, see if they can help me. Why these people is breaking in my car? Like, why is that happening? You know what I mean? You telling me that you have arrested and got all kind of murders and all kind of junk with all kind of video and YouTube and all these investigations y'all been doing and y'all ain't catching these people? Something wrong with that picture. But I think what's going on, they pick you and they classify you, right? They might even go by, just say if you catch a case, just say you catch a case with a girl you was had an argument with and y'all had a tussle and stuff or something, and then something come up where it ain't right. You know, I done seen situations where these people are crazy, man. People crazy. Yeah, it's gonna stop today though. It's gonna stop soon. I don't know how or when or what, how I'm gonna do it, but I got to do it before my car get took, before they take all my money. They draining me. They making sure I can't. I gotta burn my money with buying stuff for my body and buying stuff for this, for my asshole and my dick and my toenails and because they hitting everything. Yeah, they getting in the car. They doing some damage. They know what they doing. Yeah, they did it to my dad. He had a van. He lived in L.A. He had houses and all that stuff, but he would come down here. He'd be in his van instead of being in the hotel room. And this is what was happening. He never knew what was happening. He never said nothing either. That ain't cool. Something ain't right. I ain't got no moves. They all real fast. And I ain't got no slow ones. So I'm looking at the moves that's demonic though. Because all these moves going on is demonic moves. All demonic moves. Just watch and pray. Heck yeah, ain't something ain't right. So what I was talking about, the classification, I think they just probably like, this dude did that before or that happened that way. They just put you in that classification. They might rob somebody for millions of dollars and blame it on you. You might not even have nothing to do with it. They might have somebody else. Why wouldn't somebody call if they get millions of dollars? Why wouldn't they have friends or another friend and another friend to call you and make sure you're in the area for the cell phone towers when they do happen? Stuff like that. You gotta look at everything. I'm looking at everything. Oh my lord, that's a supermodel. Yeah, man, that's the super. Look at him. Look at the police right there. Now she right here, right? You see? Now you pay attention. You pay attention to it. I had a lady. I had a lady one time. You seen the brother, the white dude? I mean, the police. He was coming. I was watching him the whole time. It's called bait, but you can't bait a real person that's not emotionally connected to ignorance. You can't. It's no way to bait somebody that you know is not emotionally connected to ignorance. I don't have sexual bull crap game, or I've never been caught up in those sexual crap where I need to have a woman or having homosexual situations and all this old stuff. What do you think that is? They're putting shit in my asshole. Hey, big dog, somebody keep breaking in my car right here, man. Why they keep doing it? Look, I'm serious. Hey, my brother, did you see that? Did you see that one? Did you hear what I just said? And he just kept walking like no big deal. Try to tell you what's going on, man. But it's really ain't his problem. It's like the security guard at the 24-hour fitness. I mean, that said, I said, man, it's a trip. You come and harass me. You come harass me for me being in your parking lot for 7 minutes when I have a place to be here, and you already know where I was going, but you rather do all of that, play games, and call the police for nothing. For what? What was the purpose for that? Nah, find me a lawyer. Anybody know a lawyer? Find a lawyer. I can't find one person out of 50 people to find a lawyer. Unreal. But I'm gonna keep the video on, and I'm gonna wait. Then I got my boy Oscar Johnson. I don't know. What would make a person do all this weird shit to me? And I apologize. I shouldn't be cussing on here at all. Oh yeah, I can though, huh? This doesn't even a kid can't even get on this channel, huh? When I think about it, huh? Yeah, I forgot about that, but I don't like cussing and stuff. I don't like even being like that. I mean, like, but it ain't right. It ain't right, you know. Yeah, I just thought about it. Oh, you got to go. You ain't monetized anyway. Oh, so it don't even matter. That's right. Yeah. So my folks, right? I don't know what had happened with that situation, but so look. So years later, he run off for like 10,000 of mine, right? And then I end up seeing him at my cousin's house one time, right? I seen him at my cousin's house, my little cousin's house, which is his little brother, which is really like my cousin, right? But do you know that he came over the house? I never even seen him ever snort no cocaine or nothing like that. He was snorting cocaine and stuff. He pulled out a big wad on me. Didn't give me $1. Excuse me, ma'am. What do you do? Attorney? I need an attorney. Hey, somebody keeps breaking in my car right here. But you, city attorney, ain't that crazy? That's weird, ain't it? It's been going on for years. At this point, yeah, I need 100, 200 million. I don't know the purpose of this. I don't understand it. You didn't crack so many cases. Yeah, to protect them cheeks. Cheeks. Bubba Cheeks, man. I had a buddy named Bubba Cheeks. Rest in peace, man. They killed my friend, man. And he was a good friend of mine. Another one. I've been paying attention to these games. And then they go in and tell the police like they getting attacked. They be the same one killing these people, man. I don't know what happened. You know. So basically, you tell me, you tell me. Yeah, Bubba Cheeks. Yeah, they did for $10,000. He probably had about 10, 20. He had 20,000. He had at least 10, 20,000 when he died. Didn't hear about it. Never heard about the money. Nothing. I know he had money for a fact. But it was weird. A lot of weird situations happened with that. Weird. Yeah, you know what I'm about to do though? Cause this food. I'm about to wait, see if I can catch my neighbor and ask him, like, dude, where do I go? What do I do here? Like, this is not cool no more. I already had gave him my number to call me. He didn't call me. And I was like, damn, why he ain't call me? You know? Like, I'm like, this is weird, homie. Why is somebody doing this to me? Hold up. They know what they doing, man. They trying to hurt motherfuckers. And they tearing up my car. My car dirty as crap. I ain't even went to the car wash because these fools don't even. Man, my car, my wheel is messed up. Like I had to do 60. I did 60 all the way to LA in the slow lane. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. Look at this. It's crazy, huh? They putting trash into my car. They know what they be doing. Is that crazy? They be doing it on purpose, though. They do it. Look, the lollipops. They know what they be doing. They be doing it on purpose, though. Oh, I need to get a water. So this, you see this camera right here? This camera should tell me what happened for the past 2 weeks, right? This camera right here should tell me what happened for the past 2 weeks. Mama, who do I go to find out about this camera? Nah, she works here. So, so this camera right here, I don't know what it's pointing at, but that camera should tell me something. It should probably be able to get my car over there, right? Or even if that camera can't do it, If that camera can't do it, this camera should be able to do it, right? This is a brand new system. On this camera should be able to do it. On here, right? Because this is a camera in this light right here. This camera, this light got a camera in it, right? Right? So that camera should get it. Or if that camera doesn't get it, right? This camera should be able to get it, right? That should be able to get my car right there, right? That camera? Should that camera be able to do it? Okay, let's see. You think that camera can do it? Do you think that camera can be able to see my car right there? Do you think that camera can do it? Look at that camera. That's the first courthouse, federal courthouse, that's been there forever, right? Do you think that camera can do it? Do you think the cameras on that building can do it? What do you think about this building? Do you think this building can get those cameras that'll see what's going on right here? Do you think that? What do you think about this building? You think that those cameras can get it? What do you think about that one? Okay. So, what do you think? That's the car right there. I've only parked right there, right there, right there, right there, right there for the past 2 weeks on purpose because it's happening anywhere I go. So it doesn't matter if I park anywhere without cameras, with cameras, it's gonna happen, right? So look at all this trash. Look at that. Make sure they do that. So what do you think about this? You tell me why it's repeatedly happening and they disrespect me getting in my car, putting shit in my asshole and all kind of shit. Why? All of my dick, all like acid or something. All of a sudden they just, I don't know. Like it's getting worse and worse and worse every time. So, do you think? What do you think? You think I could be able to go cook food in my restaurant? You think I could be able to go cook food in my restaurant today? Wow. Think I could open up my own coffee shop instead of somebody else doing my coffee shop? Can I have my own coffee shop with my own money and my own hard work? Can I have my own restaurants? Can I have my own shit? Come on, man.